Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad, and this is another episode of the Zoot Report. No sunroof, because this is actually Zoot. So yeah, the Zoot Report. Wow. Welcome everyone. It's a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. Currently 77 degrees. Yes, 77 degrees. I'm out and about in Zoot. I'm getting her road ready. Got her all topped off with gas. Got the air in the tires, good to go. Oil is, I just bought one little thing of oil just to have, and another interesting prep that I just realized I need is this thing, tire gauge. Simple fucking tire gauge. Simple, you know. Oh yeah, and knowing what your pressure is, you know. I'm reading on the side of the fucking wheel, it's like 50 psi. I'm like, there's no way I'm putting 50 psi and some, you know, I go with 32 or 35, and I have a great ride. I don't know. Now I'm going to take my truck out later, get that all like PM'd, you know, just do my little PM VCR, gas everything up. I think I'm going to start taking Zoot to work, and then kind of stage the Brennhilder, start getting that ready to go as my like bug out vehicle. I mean, I use it a lot because I love it. I love the damn thing. It's a road master. You know, it hauls a lot of gear, a lot of goes just about anywhere and everywhere, right? Zoot's more specific orientated, right? It's a low ride kind of sports car, fuel economy kind of thing, right? So I need to start taking this to work, save some money, right? And you know what? Gas is going up. I mean, if you haven't noticed, what, the new normal is $3-4? Really? The new normal? So yeah, I do need some, you know, some minor things. I need to put some brakes on this thing, some rear brakes, probably look at the back brakes, which I bought months ago, and just haven't got around to getting them put on or putting them on myself. I've never put on brakes. I've never done it. I know there's like some kind of special thing you gotta do. I need to do some research, but you know, there's some things I want to get I actually want to put the truck in the shop, get a few things taken care of. Like, it's not a major issue, but it can be down the road, right? Front main seal is bad. It leaks a little bit of oil. I gotta constantly keep monitoring the oil situation. But you know, it's there was something else with the gas thing. Man, it takes me like 30 minutes to fill that damn thing up. You know, it gurgles, shoots out, and then I gotta stop and let the air pressure or let the gas pressure, you know, regulate. Yeah, that squealing and screeching that you hear, that's my back brakes. Yeah. But Zoot is a little badass still. Oh. Gotta use the brakes. The brakes work. I got really good front brakes, and the back brakes still work. So it's not all that serious. I've being poor gives me the unique experience of running like no brakes, none for like months on end, because I just ain't got the money to put into brakes, you know. Dog sticking his head out the sunroof. That's pretty cool. There you go. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you hear that grinding going on. Grind. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely lets everybody know I'm here. All eyes on me when I roll through. Yeah, my rotors are bad, my brakes are bad, everything's scraping and squeaking and screeching, and it's good times. It's good times, y'all. Lets everybody know I'm here. I'm like, hey, here I am, fool. I'm making the noise. That's me making that noise. So I'm literally just doing like half a mile an hour in the parking lot, and it sounds like I'm about to fall apart. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And you know what? I watched the interesting video about, you know, first 24 hours of shift kind of thing. I was like, yeah, okay. And something that dawned on me, like, well, okay, I started off with half a tank in Zoot, and I was like, okay, that can literally get me just about anywhere I need to go quickly. And it's not, you know, it's not just sitting in the tank. But I thought about it. It's a perfect fucking storage unit for storage container for gas. If I need this gas, I'm probably not going to take Zoot. You know what I'm saying? If I got a DD mouth, if I got a, you know, bug out, probably not going to take Zoot. Zoot's probably going to stay here. Somebody's going to be driving Zoot or parting it out or whatever. But, or I can, if there's somebody that, you know, I want to take with me or whatever, or hey, you know, it's, I'm never coming back kind of deal. I can say, hey, I tell you what, I trade you this car for that gun, or, you know, something. What you got to trade, bro? What you got on my 40 here? And poor Zoot will be gone. You know, not my problem anymore. Somebody else can use it. I mean, it's, if you don't know anything about Zoot, she's in bad shape. She's in real bad shape. I mean, cosmetically wise, still a great car. Still, you know, great motor, great transmission. It's just little things, you know, like the brakes and the windows don't work, and you know, all kinds of weird shit. I wonder if she's ever going to pass a fucking e-check ever again, but something about the e-vape solenoid, and now I've got a bad air tire sensor, and I'm like, whatever, man. I mean, this old girl's been with me since 2012, you know, so definitely gets everything done. Definitely has been a very reliable. I've made thousands of dollars, possibly, yeah, thousands of dollars with Zoot. You know, running the roads, delivering papers and running paper routes, and, you know, that kind of shit. But man, I mean, so I don't keep much in it. I don't, you know, I keep a spare little thing going on in the trunk, you know, a basic little car kit, if you will, you know, oil, no gas, because you don't want to be riding around with that shit in your back of your truck, back of your trunk. You know, some containers so I can fill up with gas, some containers I can fill up with water, basic simple shit, right? I change of clothes. I always put like a change of clothes in my vehicle. I can always spare tires in there, but because I know that old girl here ain't gonna go far. I mean, I could, and this was my main bug out vehicle, my main vehicle for quite some time, and until I was I was given the great opportunity to purchase Brynhildr. Now I have two. Now I have like the, a beater type older vehicle that is very reliable in ice and snow and in just wet conditions, which is what I wanted. Zoot don't do so good. She likes perfect ideal conditions for driving. You think about it, right? Ice and snow? Oh hell no! This thing is like a hockey puck all over the ice. Whee! Yeah. So yeah, this is something. It's a good redundancy. And filling up the tank. I know I've got 13 gallons in here. I know that, right? And it doesn't take much to fill it up, and I can just keep filling it up as I go. It had been sitting and been stored for months. With the gas in it. Gas seems fine. I'm letting her run for now until I can pop the hood and check the fluids. It might be a quart low on oil. I don't know. We'll see. And that's all I'm going to do. That's it. Tires look good. Everything else seems to be operational. I just took it down the road, got some gas in it, got some air in the tires, which they were all at literally at 30 psi. So I was like, okay, I'm going to raise that to 32 because I like 32. I think it recommends 35. Give and takes for some fluctuations with the heat, and right now it's like currently 77 degrees out here. It's great. It feels great. We just had a rain come through, pushed out all the smoke that we were getting. But yeah, minor things here and there. Like I said, windows, doors. I have to go through the passenger door to open the driver's side door because it's just destroyed. I mean, years upon years of running it. 5 to 7 years, yeah, 5 years, longest time, continuously every night, running the windows up and down, destroyed it. And I replaced it. I replaced it one time, and I destroyed it within like a few days. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna fuck it. Who cares? I'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just tie a wire to it, and boom, there you go. I can pull up the window and up and down manually as I see fit. And thus I have learned, and most of you already know this, that your vehicle is not secure. The vehicle is one of the easiest things to break into. It really is. I mean, I don't care if you've got, bulletproof windows. I mean, that would help actually. Your windows are the weak point. The car doors are really not that strong. The mirror, the metal that's used is scrap metal that's been reconstituted. So, I mean, some of these cars, they like, push start and all that. Very easy to start them up. Very easy to break into them. So, leaving shit in your vehicle, of any kind of importance, is a risk. Especially during a shift. I mean, allegedly, just a good screwdriver or a ball peen hammer is enough to pop a window. You put it right in the corner and you pull real hard, and or you hit it with the ball peen hammer, right? Boom, done. You're in. You just got glass everywhere. But you can do that too. You can tape the window, whatever. But then you're out of a window. Shimming, you can shim a vehicle. Some of them have anti-shimming techniques. I have used this extensively. Is the coat hanger. Yeah, the coat hanger. And you can actually buy the professional entry level equipment where you get this like little pad that inflates. You stick it. It's called a wedge. You stick it in there, you know, and then you got this long ass, somewhat malleable aluminum tube that just opens the door. Right? You stick it in there, and you can literally unlock the door. You know, it's very simple. It does take a little bit of work. It does, you know, need some practice. There's an art form to it. But coat hanger works just fine. Right? I mean, and I can get in, you know, and if you've got some kind of way to start the vehicle, right, which takes a little bit of ingenuity and know-how, then you got yourself a vehicle. Some vehicles are hackable. We've seen with the Kia. Yeah, the little Kia. Major problem there. You know, all you need is a freaking, what do you call those things? A scan, a scan card, an SD card. You pop off some plastic and you plug it in, and the damn thing starts. The professionals, they use like a pad, you know, or a laptop, and they plug it in, and boom, they're in your diagnostics, and they're in everything. They just start your vehicle. Skull. So yeah. Wow, that's cool. What in the hell? So yeah, your vehicle. You know, it's a tool. It is a tool. Of course, you know, we pay lots of money for this shit, right? Hell, Zoot, I paid 20K cash. Oh, about 19 something, but 19 cash. I was like, here you go. Here's money. Give me car. And I have no payments, which pisses everybody off, right? Pisses off the banks, pisses off the dealership, you know, because they want you just indebted, right? Indebted. Think about it, shft. There's not gonna be any of that. You're not paying anybody. You're not making payments for anything. You know, it's just, hey, I gotta get what I need, and I gotta get on down the road, and I need to do this. And if I have to barter and trade, yeah, that's a great idea, but you know, chances are it's gonna be, you know, I don't know, hate to say it, but a lot of, you know, you're gonna be scavenging or marauding, right? Lots of scavenging. Scavenging is probably less dangerous, right? Marauding is a little bit more risk, you know, if you just take something, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to take it. There's no guarantee that you're going to come out with your life. But we have learned that having all the things you need beforehand greatly increases your chance of success. Skull. Greatly increases your chance of success. Where are we at here? Can I do this? Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, okay. Right. Hey, you can see me. All right, how you doing? Greatly increases your chance of success, and greatly increases your survivability. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I need to start driving the Zoot, getting her roadworthy, which didn't take much. You know, I've got this oil I gotta put in here. Maybe I keep it. I don't know. But I was looking through all my oil, which I bought. I thought I had bought. Yeah. Wow. I bought more CVT oil, the transmission oil, because this has a weird transmission. It has a rubber band transmission. which is actually badass. I can rev this thing up massive RPMs and put it in a sports mode and zoom zoom. I can go zoot zoot, zoot zoot. I'm out. It's still a very nimble car, but it requires ideal driving conditions, shall we say. It doesn't do well on potholes. It doesn't do well on wet surfaces, which can be fun. That can be fun, you know. But you know, it's a fuel economy sports car. Yeah, so must be treated as such. You got to keep that into consideration. So you think about your vehicles and even your SUVs. I mean, your SUVs are just basically glorified cars with a lot of room. You know, just enough to throw some camping gear in there and then you're off, right? You know, they might have some type of towing capacity, right? That's why I got the Brennhilder Triple B, is that I can tow with that. I can tow like 50,000 pounds. I could get a trailer, you know, boom, put that on there and be gone, right? With everything I need, everything. You know, not everything. I won't be like refugee status stuffed in my car, you know, with all my gear and all my shit, just like, you know, oh guy. Can you move that? Can you move that cooler? Can you move that backpack? I can't see the right window, the right mirror, right side mirror. I can't see. I gotta pass. I gotta pass this vehicle, right? So with a trailer, I mean, you know, that's. I'll look into that later. You know, later on. It's just a covered trailer, boom, right? And they're everywhere. They're everywhere in different degrees of serviceability, if you will. So that's what I'm thinking about now is vehicles, cars. I mean, I could spend some money and kind of fix this thing up, you know, but it's really no need. It can get me down the road, you know. I can use this to operate with right now, and then kind of just work on the main bug out weapon, or the main bug out vehicle, right? You know, get that taken care of and kind of stowed away somewhere, just standing by, you know. But I mean, both are operational. So look at your vehicles, and look at other vehicles in your area that perhaps you could advantage, you know, just in case. I mean, you know, vehicles that nobody's using. You could also look at, you know, some fleet vehicles, right? Some fleet vehicles, some you know, your city vehicles and things like that. You know, and just kind of look at that and go, yeah, that could be useful, right? You know, maybe I got to get in. You know, think about all the tools they have and all that stuff. There's probably gas and fuel right there in that area that you found the vehicle. You know, just looking at those things, right? Maybe recon a little bit of like where the keys are. What would it take to get this thing operational and down the road? You know, it does. It sounds criminal. It does. But you taking a fleet vehicle or something of that nature, right? You know, your city vehicles. That's yours anyway. Actually, you think about it. That's yours. Your tax money paid for it. Nobody's actually relying upon that, right? You know, if there's somebody there guarding it, you can hey, I'll give you this for it. You see what's going on, right? right? Or you can just, acquire it, right? With some pervasiveness. um, I would rather do that than taking my neighbor's vehicle or taking some vehicle that somebody would need. I would hate it. Like I'm taking, somebody's car, somebody's vehicle, and they got kids, and it's like, oh, man, that's the only vehicle you got. That's the only thing you had to work. You had to rely on to get you out of the situation, to get what you need, whatever. I would look at those vehicles, those fleet vehicles, or whatever, your city vehicles, hell, even Fed vehicles. But they're everywhere too. You just got to find them, right? You got to find them, locate them, remember that shit. Kind of do some research about what it takes to run one of these things, right? What does it take for me to get in there, get that thing, get a key, turn it on, or do I need a key, right? What's the gas mileage like? What's all this shit? So yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I'm sure, like say a grand EMP happens or a CME happens, and we're stuck in the dark ages, literally. Boom, everything electronics is done. That means your cars. I'd be a betting man that some cars would run, right, and some electronics would run. But anyway, so the worst case scenario, right? Everything's down. Everything electronic is down, and now you're hoofing it, you're bicycling it, you're walking it, you're hoofing it like you've got a horse or a donkey, donkey, or you got a bicycle, or you're just backpacking it. You're on the perpetual hike forever. I don't foresee that. It's a possibility. And we train for that possibility, and we prep for that possibility, but we have vehicles. So they're everywhere. They're plentiful. It is a arcane technology, if you will. The cat's out of the bag. There are all kinds of people out there that can, and you yourself included, me myself included, who is not mechanically inclined. I can still work on vehicles. You can too, right? We can do things to keep them going, to get them running, get them on down the road. It can happen. I really don't like the sticker. I always take the sticker. Anyway, so thinking about transportation. And of course you've got that point where your vehicle breaks down. Okay, well shit, I can't use my vehicle anymore. Time to either step it out, maybe cache all your gear wherever you're at that you had in your vehicle. Hopefully you come back to it, or you find another vehicle. Maybe you camp out in that area and you recon the area and try to find another vehicle. And however that is, either you're bartering and trading for it, or you're just acquiring it. That's up to you. Farmers, they have some spare vehicles lying around sometimes, and you could possibly get something going on. I mean, a tractor. I mean, if you want to run around with a tractor, doesn't go so fast. Doesn't get really good gas mileage, but hey, go anywhere, do anything, kind of thing. Definitely haul a lot of gear with it. Haul your fucking vehicle with it. Pull a damn house with it. So vehicles, man, vehicles are everywhere, and they're so easy to get. They're so easy to get. They really are. And I'm thinking shift situation. Right now, I mean, you see the price of vehicles nowadays. You know, used cars are fucking going up. I mean, the price of everything is going up, and we know that with this whole war, which it has a possibility of turning into World War III. It does. It's you look at history, and you know, World War III was started by even lesser things, and here we are in a full-blown kinetic war with a very resilient adversary. Once again, you know, using unconventional warfare against us. Right? Greatest country in the world with the greatest military force that the history of the world has ever seen can't seem to bring a country to terms. Can't bring them to heel with all our amazing capabilities and capabilities and technology. Just can't bring them to bear. Can't bring them to heel. Sound familiar? Vietnam. I mean, this goes on and on. Hell, even our history did that. You know, the Great American Revolution. I mean, we took on a world tyrannical power and won. So decisively. Made it just way too costly, and they're like, okay, fine. And we're too tenacious and just kept going, no stop. They even came back again, second time around. You're like, well, now we're really prepared for you. But you know, just thinking about the resources that are out there, the resources that you have. Vehicles are one of them. You know, it's the major way that we get around. This is our economy. This keeps our economy going. You have to get to work. You have to commute. Right? There's a lot of jobs that involve transportation. You know, and of course all the jobs that support of transportation. So many. You know, whether we're importing parts or importing vehicles, or literally do-it-yourself, do-it-yourself kind of thing. You know, fabricating our own parts. You know, a little bit of duct tape and some hose clamps can get you on down the road. You know, having a garden hose. Some siphoning tool, little JB Weld. It all goes a long way, and you know, there's, like I said, there's a massive amount of different industries that are involved in transportation. You know, from professional shops that will, you know, full service your vehicle, to do-it-yourself mechanics that work in their garage. You know, it's called, by the way. I'm that guy that can just slap on some duct tape and keep it going for a while. Right? That's my skill, if that's a skill. High speed, low drag shit. You know, and I always say, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fix that one day, and my solution to the problem just continues to be the solution to the problem. So it becomes a non-problem, right? You know, I'm like, well, fine. You know, this is the new normal. My windows don't work. I have to do them manually. All right, cool. Right? And it's just been that way for years. And this is kind of like a sacrificial vehicle. I know. I'm sorry, Zoot. It was my main vehicle. So, but it's good to have options, right? It's good to have options, and something to think about. You know, even if I don't use Zoot, it's a fuel storage container. I got 13 gallons in here, and I can take out if I need be. Throw it in the main vehicle. Might take some time, might get a little messy, but you know, whatever. You know, it's good to go. So, thank you all for hanging out with me with this, Zoot Report on this amazing Sunday. This is a day of like maintenance and shit. I gotta clean weapons. Oh my god. But first, I want to play with vehicles and get everything topped off and PM'd, preventive maintenance. You know, do vehicle checks and all that shit. So I got shit to do, y'all. So yeah, you know what? No, you know what? Yeah, we'll continue on this conversation, but in a different vehicle. So stand by. And here we are again. Oh yeah. Now we've moved over to the Zoot edition. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I spent a little time and energy and getting Zoot good to go. Now I gotta get Brennhilders good to go. And yeah, it's temperature's climbed up a little bit. It's like 3 o'clock. It's like 80 something, 80 degrees. Wow, 80 degrees. A little sweaty, but hey, it's not too bad. I'll take it. None the worse for wear here in Northeast Ohio. It's not bad. Yeah, I just did some organization, some reorganizations on the truck, and just, you know, organizing things. Everything was just kind of thrown in there in the back, you know, rattling around every time I made a turn. You know, you'd hear the gas can go flying. So I just, bungee corded things, reorganized shit. Put things away, took things out. You know, some things go in the some things go in Zoot, some things, you know, come with me. Yeah, I found a whole bunch of like just weird medical supplies just in a bag. Gauze and tape and all kinds of weird shit. So no, I take the truck to go get some gas, put oil in it, you know, do my thing, put it all together, and have it all just standing by. You know, maybe I put this thing in the shop, you know, fix some things. I don't know. I mean, it's good to go as it is, but you know, I would like to be able to fill up gas and not take 30 minutes to an hour. Fill up this tank. I mean, it does have like a 30 gallon tank, so you know, I gotta schedule road trips. I gotta schedule freaking, you know, 30 minutes to an hour when I stop somewhere just to fill up the gas tank. Fill it up, stop, fill it up, stop. Let the pressure bleed off. I know. I want to be able to dump gas in it and go. So that'd be my next little project. I've already looked it up. I can do a lot of it myself. Yeah, being mobile and lethal. I don't know. Right now it's just mobile. A vehicle can be a weapon, though. I mean, it is a weapon, obviously. You know, people do get shot in their vehicles trying to run over people. So knowing what knowing your vehicle and what it's capable of as far as like impact. You know, a lot of vehicles, what was it, the Kia Sportage, if it gets a frontal impact, the motor mounts are designed to break away so that the motor drops straight down. Wait a minute. No. I want to be able to hit something and keep going. So thinking that you're going to use your truck to be a ramming vehicle or something, you know, for your car, you're going to do that pit maneuver. It's so cool. In all actuality, it's not your front bumper, because you got a lot of shit you can fuck up on that, man. Your radiator, lots of intricate lines and shit like that. You know, your systems, alternator, things get pushed up into the motor, and you know, you get a cataclysmic failure. The rear of your vehicle has a lot less shit to worry about. Oh yeah, crumple zones. You got to think about your crumple zones, right? That's designed into the vehicle to be able to absorb impact. But the rear of your vehicle, especially if you got a big old bumper on the truck, that's a better weapon than the front of your truck. It can take a lot more damage. You can slam into something and keep going. You know, you might twist something like an axle or whatever, but you know, the bed of your truck and the bumper on that thing is pretty damn badass. So you can do a lot with it. But you know, what do you do? I mean, if something's in front of you, right? Knowing the height of your vehicle and knowing the clearance of your vehicle, that's important, right? Can I run over this thing in the road, or is it gonna, you know, jump up and hit me in the undercarriage? I don't know. What was her name? Jessica Simpson. the new Dukes of Hazzard. But anyway, the recent Dukes of Hazzard. I won't say new. Nothing's new about it, is it? Oh, everybody's getting their air done. I will go ahead and get my gas done. That's what I'll do. We'll continue to carry on this conversation. So yeah, you look at vehicles, your modern vehicles now. That's they've got longevity. I give you that. I mean, in a perfect world, but you know, as a shift vehicle, like especially mine, you know, it's pretty good. It's got its limitations though, and you know, knowing your limitations of your vehicle are vitally important. Really are. But yeah, oh yeah, I gotta put some water in the vehicle, like jugs of water. I like to keep water just in the truck, you know, in the vehicle, in case I overheat. I can just use water, and I can, you know, it usually just sets in there, you know, forever. So it's not really portable water. I could use it for cleaning and shit, but otherwise I'm not using it for drinking. Maybe washing myself, washing something else. Yeah. Come with me, please. See if we can do this together. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I think I parked a little too close. That's okay. We will make it happen. Make it happen, treat. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me in this Zoot Report Sunday edition. Yeah. Knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your car is cool. Also knowing everybody else's strengths and weaknesses of their cars and vehicles, right? very important as well. You know, like I know that little bitty car. I'm gonna blast that thing. I'm gonna push that thing all over the place, right? Yeah, a bigger vehicle, not so much. I might be hitting a brick wall, you know. But knowing how to turn a vehicle, push a vehicle, right? I don't know. I've done some wild things in Tennessee, moving vehicles around with chains and all kinds of weird shit. You know, chains and tow bars, and you get to learn real quick, you know, what a vehicle's capable of. So yeah, one of my things is having hydraulic fluid, right? Brake fluid, just having a little bit of brake fluid, having a little bit of you know, steering wheel fluid, which brake fluid and steering wheel fluid, basically hydraulic fluid. That can work, you know. It's basically what it is anyway. Whatever weight it is. Let's see if we're still live. Are we still live? We are still live. Alright. I guess you can hear me. I don't know. Looking at the roof of a awning of a convenience store as I talk, spend some quality time filling up this truck. Oh god. And it's gonna hurt too. Oh man, it's gonna hurt. She was pretty empty. And yeah, it's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit. I don't know. I might just go half tank, just because I want to throw it in a. I might want to do some work on it and send it to a shop and go, hey, fix this, and not have to worry about, you know, because they might have to put gas. They might have to pull the gas tank, all that stuff. Actually, I'll put less in that. I'll put less gas in here. I'll have enough gas in here to get me to and from work or to the shop and back, and then yeah, that's wise. And then throw this thing in the shop, and you know, there you go. Whatever gas they got to take out, it's, you know, it's negligible. You know, it's hard, like, if I had a house, shed, and all that stuff, yeah, I'd be stockpiling gas. Yeah. I got enough gas cans. Always need more gas cans. You know, and put some Sta-Bil or something in there. It's kind of hard to do at an apartment. You're basically limited to whatever storage unit you have, and then, you know, even that's not allowed. It's questioned. So, you know, keeping it on your balcony, they don't like that either. No, you can't be doing that. And there is a smell associated with it. I got it. I don't know if I like that. I got 6 gallons and 0.66. I got 6.066 gallons. At $23.04. All right. Last. Boot. That's a boot. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we'll go with 7.434 gallons. All right, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, these seats are long enough to be used as toilet paper. What? What? Yeah, it was pretty empty on the truck, so we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. That should be enough to get me around town, around to the shop. Maybe once to the there and back to work, whatever. Yeah, I'm good. And yeah, good to go. Let us continue on this conversation. I mean, it's stuff that we basically know. Oh yeah, that put me at a half a tank. That's good. Half a tank's good. It says half a tank. We'll see about that. Now, if you got a big family, you know, if you got multiple people in your household, yeah, I mean, 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles, right? Maybe you've got kids that are old enough to drive, got their own vehicles. Hey, get them stocked up and topped off, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So that you can all just get out and then have like a little plan. Like, okay, you know, you get your stuff in there, and then you get your stuff, and then you carry some water. I'm kind of opposed to putting all your eggs in one basket. So having like a diversified packing list, if you will. Right? You carry some water, you carry some food, you carry some medical supplies, and it's kind of, if you got 3 or 4 vehicles, I mean, that's great. That's great. You got all this room, you got all this, you know, you can what the fuck? I got this fly hanging out down by my feet. It keeps landing on my leg. Get off me. You know what I'm saying? So you can spread load everything. And then of course, well, and you can keep some room. Right? That's a, you know, you don't want to fill your capacity all the way up to the top, because, you know, to full capacity, because now what if you need room for something? What if you need room for somebody else, their gear, or you find something along the way, you want to keep it, you want to take it with you, or one of the vehicles break down, you got to put some stuff in there, you know, put some stuff in your vehicle. Can't do that if it's packed to the gills. So leaving some room for yourself to be able to, you know, carry more gear. Damn it. Fly, I'm going to kill you. Just trying to hang out. I don't know. Maybe it's a biting fly. I don't know. We shall see. So I would like that. You know, every vehicle having enough room to store somebody and their gear. Right? Or everybody and their gear. Maybe, you know, you got 4 vehicles, you know, all vehicles break down but one. Everybody's got to get in one vehicle. It might not be comfortable, but, you know, you'll be able to do it. And yeah, you might have to sacrifice some stuff, cache some things. I don't know. Did we do? What's all this thing, eh? Yeah. So yeah, just some things to consider, things to think about when you're on your vehicle, right? As you're bugging out. I mean, are you overlanding it? Are you that prepared? Where you're taking, you know, alternate routes through dirt roads and, you know, that kind of shit? Or are you literally in your glorified grocery getter? You know, soccer mom, the soccer mom's war vehicle, right? The proverbial you know, minivan, technical minivan technical. Holds a lot of gear, man. Yeah, it does. Yep, the tactical minivan. I can see that happening. And wow, some of them are pretty badass. They got some they got some pretty good motors and, you know, transmissions, whatever. I think the Dodge Caravan was the one I'm familiar with. And of course, all the other ones. But hell, just a work van. Oh man, big long work van. Those are badass. I don't know about the new Transits and all those little things, but I mean, I guess they work, you know. Talk about you want to carry some cargo. Anyway, what's the point of all this, really? The point is, you know, vehicles are readily available just about anywhere you go in the United States, right? Parts and all that shit. Oh, slamming on brakes. Slamming on brakes. Slam. Yeah, I was doing 35 and a 25. What can I say? I didn't run the red light, and that's good. And you know, the other thing to think about is all the tracking things in the new vehicles. Oh my god. You know, disabling that shit. You know, tracking, kill switches. There's all kinds of weird shit going on nowadays. I mean, even remember the OnStar. You know, it has a tracking disabling feature on it. And even though you're not paying that subscription, they can still use that thing. You know, they can still do it. I don't like the idea of somebody being able to just push a button and disable my vehicle. Don't like it. But a vehicle is definitely, you know, something you can live in, something you can transport. You know, it's definitely a bug out vehicle, right? And any vehicle could be a bug out vehicle. You know, some things to consider. If you're gonna carry your gas cans or whatever, you're gonna carry like extra gas cans, please put them on the outside of your vehicle. Yeah, don't put them in the trunk. If you got a truck, and that's perfect, you put it in the bed of the truck. All those fumes are going to dissipate. you don't want to be driving and all of a sudden just pass out, or you get woozy, or you got some long-term health effects over it. But once again, now you've got gas cans on the outside of your vehicle. You walk away from that vehicle, somebody can take that gas. I mean, unless you're driving an MRAP, and even then, there's probably some ways to get into an MRAP. It's vehicles they can be broken into. They can be stolen. They can be destroyed. So I mean, anything in the air, you're vulnerable to anything in the air. You're vulnerable to any kind of small arms fire. You want to up armor your vehicle, which I've looked into. Oh shit, you got to change a lot of things. You got to change the suspension, the motor, carry all that damn weight. Different tires, I mean, all kinds of shit. How's the vehicle going to breathe? Right? You've got it armored, all that heat everywhere. You got to worry about heat dissipation. Oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot. But it is possible to DIY it. Some good redneck engineering. But and don't underestimate the redneck engineering. Like I said, it served me well for many, many years. I guess that's a part of me. But yeah, you might want to, prep your vehicle a little bit, especially if it's going to be your shift vehicle. Even if you're not going to leave, even if you're already at bug out location, right? There is some prepping involved in getting a vehicle ready. I mean, doing a vehicle checklist. Making sure doing your maintenance, preventive maintenance, or your PM. Very important, keeping these things maintained. Even if they're just going to sit around for a while you don't use them. Or if you use it every day. I'm inspired by Kelmo Carl. I mean, he's literally got everything he needs in his vehicle. Right? I mean, extra parts, he found ingenious ways to store things, like in the door panels, right, in the console. Extra wiring kits, extra spark plugs, extra fan belts, right? Just little things that have a tenant. And if you're really into that, the whole PM and PM thing, then you already know like the life cycle of your parts. And you're like, okay, every 50,000 miles, I definitely got to change this. Every 25,000 miles, I got to definitely change this, or have the part. I mean, there's people that go that far, sure. But yeah, look at your vehicles. It's definitely a part of your preps, definitely a part of your plan. It's It's a part of our everyday life here in America. Here in my car, I'm as safe as of all. Not really, but we feel safe in our vehicles. Yeah, it's somewhat of a deterrent. You know, it's the mobility is the safest part of it. You know, the mobility and you know, the limitations of exposure to the elements. I mean, yeah, it's a shelter, right? There are people that live in their cars, live in their trucks, minivans, you know, stuff like that. So it's there. It is definitely a lifestyle. All right. Cool. So yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with me on this Sunday afternoon for the Zoot Report, sunroof and non-sunroof edition. Getting all my vehicles prepped and standing by, ready to go. And you know, it's an insurance policy. It's a peace of mind that you can just check that off your list of one less thing to worry about. You know? One less thing to worry about. Your vehicle. So, this has been Mad Shad. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Skull.